What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is White Gamer, and today we have the brand new gameplay refresh update. This is going to be the biggest gameplay update we've gotten so far in FC 25 clubs. There's going to be some major stuff. We can expect core gameplay system like passing, shooting, goalkeeping, and defending. More offensive fluid gameplay, enabling you to move the ball easier. Reduce the tacklebacks and AI interceptions, and then address defenders catching up to the dribblers too often, this is probably the biggest one. So guys, let's get right into it right from the start. Defenders catching up too fast to ball carriers too easily. Attackers controlling the balls are naturally slower than when they were at full sprint without the ball, but we've seen that defenders can sometimes catch up fast with someone that had the ball. So in this issue, here's an example, guys. I like how they show the examples. It makes it easier for everyone. So this was before the patch. You see the defenders in the blue. You see how easily the defender caught up to whoever. It can be an attacker with a lot of pace. So now, once this update comes, guys, here's how it should play. You see, look at the distance between the attacker and defender. Look how far that distance is. Now the defenders, you see how they don't catch up to you easily now? So guys, this is really, really good. Pace should matter way more now, because like we saw in those examples before, as an attacker you weren't really able to outpace a defender when you had the ball. So guys, this is really, really good. Now we got to see if some of these are true, guys, because in the past we've exposed EA for them lying about their updates. So yeah, guys, for those that are attackers, this is going to be really good for you guys. Now, they also added more fluid offensive positioning and better attacking support. Now, this has to do with AI attacking and AI teammates. So, improve the AI teammate attack and run quality when trying to beat the offside line. Now, I think EA added something like this similar to this before in previous patches, where they try to get back onside quicker. AI teammates can now better hold their runs when near the line and get back on time more quicker. Just what we talked about. So this is pretty much just the AI teammates taking up their space, making much smarter runs. Now, for those that don't have human attackers or wingers, this is going to benefit you. But the majority of the people that play clubs, should have attackers up top. But this is also good for Ultimate Team, for those that play Ultimate Team, so your AIs can make better runs. And here, this is just show an example. I think this is before the patch, I believe. You see the winger right here not making proper runs and not enough people attacking on the runs. And now I think this is after the patch or post patch. They should be making better runs. You can see the striker here. So there's way more options now on attack for AI teammates in general. Now the next thing, guys, is reducing tackle backs. Losing the ball after you tackle. Now, this is huge, guys. This entire year, as a defender in general, or just as a player in general, when you made a tackle, you wouldn't win possession of that tackle, or the tackle would bounce back to your opponent, or it would just bounce around. So, according to EA, they're making changes to tackle backs. So, defenders with anticipate playstyle are now more likely to tackle the ball towards a teammate with more space if stopping the ball in place would be disadvantaged. Improve the quality of touches defenders can make on tackles. So, basically what they're saying, guys, if you have anticipate playstyle, the ball should, one, if the ball does bounce, it's going to bounce to your teammate, or it should. And two, when you make that tackle, your pro should retain possession. So, this is before the patch. Again, here's another example, a clip. This is before the patch here. The defender's in red. He makes the tackle, and look how far the ball bounces. Now, after the tackle, or not after the tackle, post-patch, this is how it should play out. The attacker's in blue, defender's in red. This is post-patch right here, this example. You see the difference, guys? You see how the ball doesn't go as far as it did before? This is really good for those that have anticipate playstyle. In general, the plus version is going to even be better now, I'm assuming. In some cases, the ball carrier could unintentionally stumble forward with being tackled, resulting in incorrectly winning the ball back. Basically, what we just talked about and showed in those examples. When you made a tackle, it would bounce right back to the opponent, or the ball bounced really far out. So, guys, so far, huge W from EA with this update. Like I said, hopefully all this is true and they actually do make a difference in game. Now, the next thing is improve goalkeepers for near post shots. This entire year, near post shots have been really important and very, very effective. Now, this only matters if you don't have a human goalkeeper. If you have a human goalkeeper or you're a human goalkeeper, this doesn't really matter. So, goalkeepers could have sometimes incorrectly stepped away from the near post in tight angle shooting situations. Now, I actually seen this before in divisions where sometimes the goalkeeper would move from his near post and leave the near post exposed. So before the pitch or before the update, this is how it looked like. You see how the goalkeeper moved just a little bit? It's kind of hard to see it. They're going to rewind it. Right here, look. The goalkeeper would move right there and leave that near post open. So this is now post patch. This is how it should play out. The keeper should be protecting the near post at all times. Now what this means is it's going to be much more difficult to score near post shots, but the crossbody shots, look at that far post, it's going to be a little bit more open now. So attackers are probably going to have to get used to going for those crossbody shots. But yeah, guys, the near post shots in general should be much, much more difficult. Now, the next thing EA is going to be talking about is the passing, balance changes, and issues addressed. So the passing this year hasn't been great. A lot of people have been complaining that sometimes when you pass the ball to the teammate you want, it wouldn't go there. It would go to someone behind, or it just go to the wrong player. So they slightly increase the speed of normal ground passes. So if you're on Xbox, it's A. If you're on PlayStation, it's X. So the speed of the normal ground passes are going to be increased. Slightly increase the accuracy of short ground passes to open players. This is what we were talking about. Sometimes your teammate would be wide open and it wouldn't go to that player. So now, with them increasing the accuracy of the short ground passes, the ball should go to where you're aiming it at, and it should go to the open player if you're aiming it over there. Slightly increase the effectiveness of semi-assisted through passes. Now, I think the semi-assisted is the default setting for passing. I could be wrong. But now the through balls are going to be more effective when you have semi-assisted. Of course, if you have the incisive pass, regular one, and the plus version, those through balls are going to even be better. Now, they also did some first-time lofted passes. They reduced that. They talked about this last patch. This is only going to really matter if you don't really have good attributes. Like if you don't have good vision, good long passing, then you might notice it a lot. But if you have good vision and stuff like that, you probably won't notice that. Then significantly increase the effectiveness of semi-assisted through passes. Didn't we just talk about that? I think we just did. Now, next thing is the low-powered ground passes were sometimes being delivered to further players than intended. Again, this is, I think that has to do with the driven passes or just passing in general that, like I said, sometimes the passes wouldn't go to the player that you're going to, aiming at, and it would go to the player behind. So just like the passing and the amount of power you give it sometimes just got to improve overall, boys and girls, which is really, really good. Now, last but not least, I think we got effective shooting inside the box. We want players to feel empowered with their shooting and their ability to score more goals. So they're introducing changes aimed around goal scoring, in particular from inside the box. So they're going to increase the accuracy and shot speed from inside the box for regular and finesse shots. Regular, there's mean regular shooting, and then finesse shots. So that means inside the box, the finesse shot is going to be more accurate. So maybe the finesse shot is going to be even more power inside the box. Slightly increase the accuracy of low difficulty regular and finesse shots in the box. So this might have to do with tight angles. Let's see. To clarify the second point, low difficulty shots are referred to situations made up of many different factors, such as the shooter not being under pressure, the player's input being accurate and well timed, the shooting have good quality angle towards the goal in real life. So yeah, that probably has to do with like if you green timed it inside the box and you're aiming it properly, it's gonna go in no matter what. I like that. So I think that's what they mean. If you're not under pressure, you should be able to score the goal as long as you're aiming it properly. So guys, it looks like the inside or just shooting inside the box is gonna be much more effective. Now I wonder if the finesse shots from outside the box are still gonna be overpowered. They haven't really talked about nothing like this. Let's keep talking. Let's keep going it. Now, while we generally look to improve goal scoring from inside the box, we also want to adjust some tuning around finesse shots in general. Now, this is big. Now, this is maybe where they're going to nerf the finesse shots. This is because we want to lessen the gap between players with high shooting attributes but no finesse shot playstyle. So basically, if you weren't using the finesse shot playstyle and you were scoring finesse without the playstyle, your attributes are going to matter more now if you're not using the playstyle. I think that's what it means. Those with the playstyle or playstyle plus, we know there's been some concern that we're planning a whole scale reduction in finesse shot playstyle, but this is not the case. So I guess they're not going to be reducing it. They're going to slightly increase the impact of attributes on accuracy of finesse shots taken by players without the finesse shots or finesse shot plus. So basically this means if you're not using the playstyle or the plus version, your attributes are going to matter even more. So your curve is going to matter even way more if you still want to do a finesse shot. But if you were using the finesse shot before, then your attributes still matter somewhat, but not as much as if you didn't have it. Hopefully that made sense and didn't confuse you guys or myself. Now, address some instances where the first time shots were less responsive than intended when the input performed late. So I think this has to do when you went for the shot. Sometimes it would take a while to register or something like that. Now, defensive positioning and behavior. This could be a huge one now. Now, this is Ultimate Team stuff. I don't want to talk about Ultimate Team stuff, but this is also important for clubs. They decrease how often AI players are able to successfully intercept the ball. Now, I don't like this because in general, in clubs, the AI defending aren't that great. So now they're going to reduce how successful the interceptions come from AI players. Don't like that one. Let's see. Defenders will now focus more on man marking when defending counterattacks starting from corners. This is huge, guys. This entire year, again, this has to do mostly if you're playing divisions in club. A lot of people concede from counters on corner because you only have one or two players back there to cover the counter. But now the AIs should be, it says the intent of this change is to provide more effective defensive positioning against counter attacks. So your AI should now be aware more of that counter than before, and hopefully people reduce or concede last counter from corners. Now, again, the false backs, this only has to do with if you had your fullbacks on those tactics, which means when you had possession, your fullbacks will attack, and when you didn't have possession, your fullbacks will track back to defend. So now they'll look to return to their fullback position immediately. And then last but not least, guys, they did some stuff with Rush and Ultimate Team. I'm not going to spend time on that. But ladies and gentlemen, this was probably the biggest gameplay update we got in this entire year. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's really good. The shooting from inside the box seems like it got improved. Goalkeepers are much better at covering their near post, which I think now the crossbody shots are going to be much more effective. The finesse shots seems still to be good. We got to see if the finesse shots from outside the box are still overpowered or not. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think about this new update. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.